Hey guys, so this video is going to be about the drone developments in China. And for this one, I focused mainly on agricultural, sorry, I cannot speak, uses for drones. One cool thing I didn't mention drones do is they are really good during like hurricane relief or any type of emergency services because they can get to areas that, people cannot. And they work with mapping. But this one is going to mainly focus on agricultural uses. So it's kind of a long one, but the who about it is most agricultural drones operating in China are manufactured domestically. They are competitively more affordable than international brands such as Parrot and Yamaha, which I guess are some international brands for drones. Operators of large-scale commercial farms prefer to have their own fleets by placing orders directly with drone manufacturers and maintain their own in-house drone pilot teams. So we'll skip a little bit there if you want to continue reading it. I thought this Farm Friend thing was cool. So online platforms such as Farm Friends, launched in 2016 for product and agronomic knowledge sharing, have further fueled the growth of drone products. So basically what that's going to be is some drones are able to like predict seeds that you might need, water intake, stuff like that. So it's really good to keep inventory cost efficient. Using drones in real-world applications more accessible to new users and facilitate communication between farm operators and service operators. They also help farmers compare and select service providers based on location, place, availability, and sustainability services, budget considerations, and other agronomic requirements. So that's going to help farmers place themselves with the best drones for them or the best team for them. Okay. So the what, and this one's just going to be kind of a screen just to kind of show you some of the drones that are being used. So imaging surveying drones. So that's really good if you're trying to like plan out your farm or see where you want to plant things or if there's damages, things like that. It costs less than an aircraft satellite imaging to cover fields, and less aerial obstruction helps the images have a higher quality. There's also crop spraying drones. So those are really cool. They save up to 90% of water used in irrigation. So that's a major benefit, and save between 20% to 60% of crop spraying chemicals. So again, they're just really good to manage inventory. They're going to make farming less costly. This is pretty much already happening. So I just wanted to sort of go over who would kind of be using it and who's using it now, and a little bit of like the obstacles that they would face. So it's being used everywhere, but of course, they're worried about affordability of drones and crop management services, making sure that everybody can use them. Regulatory restrictions, and daytime operations. So being able to fly the aircraft as often as you need it. And of course, regularly just training. So making sure farmers understand how to use it, and things like that. Okay, and the where. So right now, imaging and data analytics, so that's the drones flying over and mapping out land, accounts for about 5% of use of the drones, and then crop spraying accounts for like 95%, because of course, again, it saves like 90% of water and your chemicals and your supplies. Why? So some of the benefits would be reducing risk of health hazards. So if you don't have a person out there spraying, you have a drone out there spraying, there's less likely to be mistakes. And of course, someone doesn't have to be exposed to the chemicals. Improve cost efficiency and increase yield revenue. So again, farming's kind of losing popularity because it costs so much to do. This helps with that. And then alleviation for China's aging farmers. So that's something really cool. The older you get, the less you can do, and the drones kind of make older farmers and aging people able to keep their livelihood. How? So this is just like with abundant room for marketing growth, we experience leading drone manufacturers to expand, streaming, and improve their products to be compatible with leading crop science companies. So this is basically just saying like in the future, they're getting better marketing for drones. They're working with institutions to make sure that the drones can do what they need to do. I know one of the setbacks they were going to have was just making drones able to carry enough chemicals and able to carry enough water and still fly efficiently, because they are just tiny machines and you don't want them crashing. And flight times are a big thing. The battery only lasts so long, so they want to make sure that it can actually cover a whole field. So things like that. So they're just going to be improving the drones and improving the drones. Of course, people are already using them, but the better you can do, obviously, the more they're going to be able to spread across and be of use and save money and water and be great. So this is my 2 truths and a lie. The older population of farmers will be excluded. Drones are being developed to handle the stress of large farming. And one of the obstacles in drone manufacturers is overcoming people being able to use the drones themselves in their farms. So obviously the lie is the older population of farmers will be excluded. This is probably going to benefit them the most. And that's it.